Now we have to create a function that counts numbers factorial. Here is my code, and I'm going to explain you with the help of rewriting the code. So let's start with understanding what is factorial. I googled and I find this picture that makes sense. It says that 0's factorial is equal to 1 and 1's factorial is equal to 1. And it would be these two conditions could be a good termination condition. So then we will have to write that, for example, numbers 2's factorial is equal to 2 because it's equal to 2 times 2. In other words, n's factorial is equal to n times n minus 1, and so on until 1. So why we need to write 0's factorial? Because we can stop our code when n will be equal to 1, but when someone wants to count 0's factorial, it will be essential to define what is 0's factorial, which by definition is equal to 1. So here I opened new page for writing our code. So let's start from defining our function. So let's call our function vector, which will take argument a. Let's write this termination condition. If a is equal to 0 or a is equal to 1, return 1. Now when a is not equal to 0 or 1, it has to be multiplied with a minus 1, then a minus 2 until it gets to 1. How to write? I think recursion will be a good choice for this function. Return a multiplied by factor a minus 1. Now I want to create a new function which will take the value that returns factor and console that value. So let's create a new function which we'll call factorial, and it's also a function and the same argument. So it has to console that log and the value of factor. Now we wrote our code. Now we have only to call our function factorial with argument a, which will call to function factor, which if will not be equal to 1 or 0, will return itself and will call the same function factor with a minus 1. So let's try our code with argument 6. So you can see that here is our result, which is 6 factorial is equal to 720. I hope you understand me.